What if your AI agent could fetch real-time data instead of relying on hard-coded responses? Hi, welcome back to Praveen Tech Lab. In episode 1, we learned the basics of MCP, including its architecture, how the host, server, and client interact. In episode 2, we built our first MCP server using hard-coded data to understand how MCP capabilities, tools, resources, and prompts work. Now, in episode 3, we are moving to real world usage by integrating live APIs like CricAPI. Here, we will fetch real data using caching and test everything using MCP Inspector. In this video, we will understand what real API integration means in MCP, see how an MCP server connects an AI client with an external service, connect our MCP server to a real API that is called CricAPI, fetch real cricket data, create tools using real data, and test everything using MCP Inspector. By end of this video, you will have a working MCP server that can fetch real data from outside. Before we start coding, let's understand a real API integration. In the earlier episodes, our MCP tools returned hard-coded data. That was just for learning, not real-world usage. In real systems, an MCP server fetches data from external services, usually using REST APIs. Think of it like a restaurant. You are the customer, like our application. The menu is the API documentation. You place an order, that's your request. The kitchen prepares the food and the waiter brings it back. That's the response. You don't need to know how the food is made. You just need to know what to ask and what you will get. In our case, we are the MCP server. The menu is the CricAPI documentation. Our request is an HTTP call with the API key and parameters. And the response is live cricket data like matches, players, and scores. So now we are moving from fake data to real live data. Now here is the key idea for this episode. MCP server act as a bridge between AI client and the external service. There are three parts. On the left, the AI client, it sends request and receives the responses. In the middle, the MCP server, it does not store data. It knows how to get it. It takes the request and makes an API call. On the right, the external service, in our case, CricAPI, it returns data in a JSON format. The MCP server gets the data and processes it and sends back to the AI client. That's the pattern. And this is why MCP is powerful. The AI client does not need to know anything about APIs or JSON. It just asks and the MCP server handles everything. Until now, we used hard-coded data. Today, we are using real data, live cricket scores, CricAPI. The external API we are using today is CricAPI from cricketdata.org. It's a free service that gives us cricket data like live match scores, series details, player information, and scorecards. What makes it perfect for this demo is it has a free plan with 100 requests per day, which is enough for learning and building this project. You don't need a credit card to use it. And it provides clean and simple JSON responses, which makes it easy to work with. Next, we need to create the API key to access REST APIs from this service. An API key is required to authenticate your requests and track your usage. You can get CricAPI key by signing up on the CricAPI website and creating an account. After login, go to your dashboard where your API key will be available. Now let's understand some important APIs from cricket data, CricAPI, and how we can use them in our project. First, all APIs use the base URL. api.cricapi.com/v1. This one is the base URL. To call an API, we add an endpoint to this URL. In this API, this is the endpoint. Current match list. Here endpoint is the current matches. This API gives all the matches that are happening right now. It returns live scores, runs, wickets, overs, match status. Next, series info. Here endpoint is series underscore info. This API gives all matches in a specific series. We need to pass the series ID. It returns match schedule, teams, full match list. Next, match scorecard. Match underscore scorecard is the endpoint. This API gives detailed match information. It includes batting stats, bowling stats, full scorecard. Next, player info. Endpoint is player underscore info. This API helps you search for players by name. Every API request needs an API key. This key is used for authenticate the request, track our usage. Now that we have understood the theory, let's jump into the MCP server code and see how it works in practice. First thing is we need to add Windows fix before importing any other modules. It is a std out and std in encoding fix. Next, add a API key. I'm importing this CricAPI key from the .env environment variable. Next, I define the base URL for CricAPI. Creating the server instance with FastMCP, and I'm naming it our server instance as IPL Insight Agent. This line defines a file path to store the IPL series ID locally. So the server can reuse it after the restart and avoid make any extra API calls. If for first time you won't see this file in your directory, once you run, this file will be created. This file contains the series ID and timestamp. This is a disk cache file creating on local. Next, we are defining the caching parameters. Cache underscore TTL equal 300. It means it is 5 minutes for API calls. Next is series cache TTL 24 hours. This is for the series ID. We are using these two cache timings 5 minutes for normal API responses, 24 hours for the series ID. Because series ID don't change during the IPL session. Why this is important? CricAPI free plan allows only 100 requests per day. If you don't use caching, we can finish all those requests very quickly. With caching, if the same request comes again within the time limit, we return the saved data instantly. No API call made, and we save our request quota. This function raw underscore get, using this function we are making the actual CricAPI REST API request using the URL lib, and it returns the JSON data. Next, underscore get. This is the wrapper function around raw underscore get. Using this function, first we will check any data available in the cache memory. If data available, it returns that data. Otherwise, it can underscore get to make the REST API calls. Next, find IPL series ID. Before making any IPL 2026 API request, we first need to fetch the series ID because it is required to get all IPL related data from CricAPI. This function is used to find and return 2026 IPL series ID. First, it checks if the ID already available in memory. If yes, it returns immediately. If not, it checks a saved file, disk cache file. If valid ID found here, it loads and returns it. If still not found, it calls the CricAPI using different search terms. Indian Premier League 2026, Indian Premier League, IPL 2026, IPL. Once found, it saves the in a file for future. If that also fails, it tries one last method by checking multiple pages of results. Finally, it returns the IPL 2026 series ID or none if not found. Series underscore matches gets the IPL 2026 series ID and returns all matches from this series using the series info API. Current IPL matches fetches all live matches and filters only IPL matches using the series ID and match name. Next, we are creating the MCP tools. First, get IPL live now. This function fetches currently live IPL 2026 matches and returns them as a formatted string. It first gets the IPL series ID. If not found, it shows an error message. Then it retrieves all current matches and filters only those that are started but not yet ended. Means live matches. If no matches are live, it returns a message suggesting to check the recent matches. If live matches exist, it builds a readable output with match name, match ID, score and status. Next tool is get IPL recent. This function returns the latest completed IPL 2026 matches with score, result and match ID. First, it gets the series ID, then checks for the current IPL matches from live data or fall back to the series matches information. It sorts matches by date. Latest first limits the result max by 10 and formats the results. Next, we are creating the get IPL scorecard tool. This function returns the full scorecard of a match using the given match ID. It calls the CricAPI using the endpoint match underscore scorecard API to get the detailed match data. If no data found, it shows a message saying no scorecard available. It then formats the output showing the match name and current status. For each innings, it displays batting details like runs, fours, sixes, strike rate. It also shows bowling details like overs, runs, wickets, and economy. Finally, it returns all this information as a neatly formatted string. Next, we are creating the search IPL player tool. This function searches for a cricket player using the given name. It calls the players endpoint API to find the matching players and pick the first results. It then gets the player ID and uses player underscore info to fetch the detailed information about this player. It displays basic details like country, role, batting, bowling style, and teams. It also shows some key player statistics like runs, matches, etc. Finally, we are running our MCP server using ncp.run and using transport type as a stdio. All right, now comes the fun part. Let's see this in action. Before jumping into MCP, let me first show you something. Search in the internet for live IPL matches. Now, one match is happening between Challengers Bangalore versus Delhi Capitals. Royal Challengers Bangalore scored 27 in 3 overs. Now here is the important point. What we are going to see next in the MCP Inspector should match this data because this is not hard coded, this is not mock data. This is live data fetched from CricAPI. Now let's switch to MCP Inspector. Transport type is stdio. Connect to our server. It's connected to our MCP server IPL Insight agent. Now try to get the tools information. Yeah, we got the 4 tools information here. First one, get IPL live now. Now run and see what the information we are going to get. We got the response. Yeah. Royal Challengers Bangalore versus Delhi Capitals. It's live match. Royal Challengers Bangalore scored 27 for 0 in 3 overs. Check. Royal Challengers Bangalore 29 for 0. Now, next we'll test the get IPL recent tool. We'll try to guess the last 2 match information. This tool fetches the latest completed IPL match results. Run the tool. 25th match happened between Gujarat Titans versus Kolkata Knight Riders. In that match, Gujarat Titans won by 5 wickets. Next, 24th match happened between Mumbai Indians versus Punjab Kings. Punjab Kings won by 7 wickets. Let's compare with internet data. Kolkata Knight Riders, Gujarat Titans. Gujarat Titans won by 5 wickets. Mumbai Indians and Punjab Kings. Punjab Kings won by 7 wickets. Same data we got here. Now we'll test our next tool. For that we need to get the match ID. We'll copy the match ID. I copied the Gujarat Titans versus Kolkata Knight Riders match ID. Now run the get IPL scorecard and pass the match ID, run the tool. Yes, we got complete scorecard for Gujarat Titans versus Kolkata Knight Riders match. In Kolkata Knight Riders, Cameron Green scored highest 79. In Gujarat Titans, Subman Gill scored 86. Now we'll run the search IPL play tool to get the player statistics. We need to provide the player name. We'll try to get the Subman Gill. Run the tool. We got the information. He born in 1999. He is a right-handed batsman. He born in Firozpur, Punjab. And his batting information is here. That's it. We are not hard coding the data. Whatever information we are getting, it is a live data fetching from CricAPI. And that's a wrap for episode 3. In this episode, we moved from mock data to real world system. We learned how an MCP server connects to external servers using REST APIs and how it acts as a bridge between the AI client and real data sources. We integrated a CricAPI and built real tools to fetch live IPL matches, recent match results, full scorecards, player details. We also implemented a smart caching strategy to reduce API calls, improve performance, stay within pre-tier limits. And finally, we tested everything using the MCP Inspector without writing any client code. At this point, we now have a fully working MCP server powered by real data. What's coming in next episode 4? In episode 4, we will move to the next level. LLM integration plus full AI agent demo. We will connect our MCP server with an LLM, OpenAI tool calling, build complete IPL Insight agent, create a simple UI for interaction, allow users to ask questions in natural language like who won the last IPL match, so live scores, give me Kohli statistics, and the agent will understand the query, select the right MCP tool, fetch real data, respond intelligently. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for the next episode. Your support really helps me create more practical, real-world AI content. See you in episode 4. Thank you.